Hey friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark and sell them hopefully for a profit. Today is Wednesday, September 17th. These are the items that sold in the last 24 hours on the 16th. And it was a good day. It was a pretty good day. I had 6 sales, I think. Is that right? 2, 2, and 2. And my gross sales amount was $147.74. At the end, I'm going to talk to you about just one of the brands of the items that I talked about. There were a lot of brands that I could have picked, and I actually just like fanned out my labels and had one of my daughters pick one. And I'm kind of excited about the one I picked, so we'll talk about that in a minute. This is a vintage sweater. This is Karen Scott, and I don't know, just very like academia classic. It does have these gold buttons. I always take up close pictures of buttons, even if they're plain. I just take up close pictures of buttons. Mostly, maybe I shouldn't say even if they're plain. Sometimes if they're plain, to show that they're plain. But this sold on Depop. I had 2 sales on Depop, and this sold for $24. I had $9 shipping on it, and it actually cost me $9.42 to ship it. I think because of the increase in prices recently, I feel like the increase was significant. And then also it went like as far away as it possibly could go from me. I'm looking for just a reused bag to put this in. So let's see. With $24 and $9 in shipping, they paid a total of $33. I bought this at the bins, the Goodwill outlet where you pay by the pound. When I go to the bins, I average my cost of goods as $2 per item generally. And then, let's see, so minus fees, which was $1.61 on Depop. They're really low on Depop if you didn't know that. And then my shipping cost. Sorry, I apparently can't do 2 things at once. I'm struggling here. Here we go. Oh boy. Okay, my profit's $19.97. That took a minute. Okay, got it. This also sold on Depop, and this is an Eddie Bauer flannel. And it has like this Aztec print on it. I don't know, kind of unique. I haven't seen anything like this. This is a button down, a men's button down. I'm trying to show this when I can. A button down has the buttons on the collar. If it does not have buttons on the collar, it's a button up. This does have like the, you know, the branding on it. I also always try to take close-ups of that if that is the case. Yeah, see, like these buttons say Eddie Bauer around them, so I would take a close-up of that too. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but just things that pop into my head is what I like to share. So this Eddie Bauer button down sold for $20 on Depop with $8 shipping. The shipping only cost me $6.49, so there's that. It went a lot closer than the other one. I also got these at the bins. It's only been listed on Depop for a month, but I've had this total for 13 months. And so, yeah, I've had it for a while. Like I said, okay, hold on. That's interesting. Okay, this one actually has a, like, another strip. It got eaten up because of the way it got opened, but I love when mailing packaging does that. Like, it's already prepared to have a second life now. I can't really use that. I'm gonna have to tape, but I'm still happy about it. Okay, what was I saying? I don't know. I'm gonna use half of it. There we go. Okay, so this sold for a total of $28. I got it at the bins again for an average cost of goods of $2 minus fees, shipping, and my cost of goods. My profit is $18.14 on a button-up. Now, would I have liked it to have sold quicker than 13 months? Yes, of course. But it's not always what happens, you know? There's like half of a label here. I'm not really sure what that's about. Maybe I can just like tape it in. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I just saw a post from the post office, I think, about like how to package using reused packaging materials. And it was like, you cannot have you're not supposed to have any label showing at all other than the one you're using. And I have definitely sent stuff out that did not meet those criteria, but I'm gonna, you know, what's that? I keep hearing this phrase over and over. It's like, know better, do better, or something like that. All right, this is a kid shirt. This is Ed Hardy, which is like a really popular kind of Y2K shirt or Y2K brand. Here's the label. Kind of crazy looking, like a bulldog with a crown. Is that what that is? Anyway, I had a couple Ed Hardy shirts a long time ago that sold really fast. And I found this and I was like, well, let's try it. It was in like a boutique section of one of my local thrift stores. So I paid $4.29 for it, which is a little high for a kid's shirt, but I was pretty confident that it would sell. And it did take 6 months, which, you know, that's okay for me. I don't mind that too much. I did think it would sell just based on the adult stuff that sold so fast. I did think it would sell a little faster than that, but it sold full price on Poshmark. And again, just looking for a poly mailer over here. It sold full price. I had it priced at $25. Sold full price on Poshmark. This is too small. That is too big. And I have a ton. I mean, a ton sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I think it might be a literal ton. It's not. It's not a literal ton. I have so much of like reused ones. I keep them because I use them a lot. But then somebody sent me like really cute poly mailers to use, and so then I got using those. And it's so much easier to just grab my unused ones out of here, but I'm trying to. I need to get my little stock down. Plus, now that they changed the shipping on Poshmark, it's kind of imperative that I use these, right? Okay. They sold for $25 on Poshmark. It's gonna be one of those days. I just get sidetracked. Full price for $25. I paid $4.29 and my profit is $15.71. I'm curious, when you send offers on Poshmark, do you do the shipping discount? I'm curious how that's going to change now that the shipping on Poshmark has changed completely. I think it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I don't usually, actually never. When they changed it to, it used to be when you sent an offer, you had to offer discounted shipping. When did they change that? Like 2 years ago? It's been a while. But whenever they changed that, I stopped sending the discounted shipping, and I don't know. I've never done an experiment where I've offered it. So these are a pair of pants. They have like these little kind of belts, kind of an equestrian style. I used equestrian in my title. Oh, somebody asked me why I don't share the titles. This is a really good question. I know that there's a lot of people who do what sold videos that like share their full title. One is I don't want to write it all out and for every single thing. The other is I don't necessarily think that my titles are all that great. And so I don't know that I would be helping anyone at all by sharing. So that's why I don't share my titles. If I can remember, if I've put a specific word or, you know, messed up and done something silly in a title, which I have done, then I try to share that. But these are Ralph Lauren. And yeah, like I said, I did use equestrian in the title. And Ralph Lauren, I mean, Ralph Lauren in general will have, you know, a little bit of a equestrian feel kind of across the brand, I think. I am probably not going to do a deep dive into Ralph Lauren just because there's so much. I have no idea where I would even start with that. I guess I could start specifically with the lines, but I don't know. I just doubt that's gonna happen. I'm sorry. If you were like, oh, I hope she does that, it's probably not gonna happen. Just because that's super overwhelming. Maybe I could do like a 4-hour long review of the Ralph Lauren brand. I don't know. Probably not. All right, this also sold full price on Poshmark. I don't know what's happening there, other than maybe the shipping is helping with that, the shipping costs being low. That would be my guess. It's too big, too small. Should have known that. I was gonna do that. Again, too big. All right, hold on. I think I got one. All right, so these I found at that same local thrift store, but not in their boutique section. And my cost of goods is $1.47, so that probably was an average cost of goods. When they do they have half price sales once a month at this particular thrift store, but then they also do like a seasonal sale, like when they're going to switch out their stuff from like summer to winter right now, and they'll go to 75% off, which I definitely have been to before. I've had these for 16 months, which is too long. Too long, but you know, $23 full price sale. That's not bad. My profit is $16.93. If you notice that I'm moving weird or slow, and part of the reason I'm getting distracted is put my back out again. I did that like a year and a half ago, and so I'm just kind of hurting. Yeah. All right, this is the Athleta Fast Track shirt. So when I got this, I thought it was maternity, and because it kind of has like elastic in a circle around the belly, which makes me think it's maternity. But I Googled it, I Google lensed it, and it's the Athleta Fast Track shirt. And this is kind of old, but it had a decent sell-through rate. The average sell price was pretty low, if I recall correctly. I could be remembering that incorrectly. So the Athleta Fast Track, I had it listed for $20. It sold on 20% off offer for $15.96. Okay. I've had this for a month. I bought it at one of my favorite thrift stores for $1.69. With shipping, they paid $21.70, and my profit is $11.89. So not terrible in a month. I mean, that's what, almost 10 times my money. I got it. I knew it was an older Athleta, and I know sometimes older Athleta is not, it just doesn't sell very quickly. But because I thought it was maternity, I was like, I'm just gonna snag it and just look into it. I took a little bit looking it up, but I did not really find anything. So maybe it is maternity. I don't know. I told I made some money. I'm happy. All right, same with these shorts. These also sold on eBay. These are some teeny tiny little running shorts, and they are the brand Outdoor Voices. You can kind of see that there, maybe, hopefully. Here is the inside label. Now, I thought there's a brand called Outdoor Research that is like, has a really good average sale prices, really good sell-through rate. And there's a couple other brands that say outdoor something, Outdoor Voices being one of them, that I thought was it. And it's not. But this is one of those things, I grabbed these at the bins. Average cost of goods of $2. In reality, these cost me what? A couple cents, like not very much money at all, because they don't, you pay by the pound at the bin, so it just doesn't cost very much to buy something this tiny and lightweight. Anyway, I'm trying to remember what I had them listed for. I think around 15 or 16. The average sale price on a pair of running shorts was not high. I feel like the sell-through rate was decent. And when I say decent, for me is like 20%. If it's like 30% or higher, I'm excited about it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, somebody offered me $11, and I went ahead and took that. I'm gonna use that small one. Tiny one. And let's see. Yeah, so it sold for $17.02 was their total with shipping. My profit is $7.21. Absolutely. It took 3 months to sell. And let's see, what else was I gonna tell you? If you don't know, I wrap everything in tissue paper. I put a little thank you sticker on it, and I don't do that because I have to. I don't think you have to. I just do. And if you don't want to do that, don't make me doing it make you feel like you have to, because you don't. I promise. You can just stick it in a poly mailer and call it a day, and it will be just fine. Don't let tissue paper and stickers stop you from starting. Okay. My total profit for the day was $89.85. It's been a slow month. It's been a slow summer. But good days like that are, I'll take them, right? Okay, let's chat about Outdoor Voices. I have my computer instead of notes today. We'll see how this works. All right, so Outdoor Voices is an activewear brand known for promoting recreational movement and the joy of activity. It was founded by Tyler Haney in 2013 with a focus on doing things. Their mission and product focus is people, planet, product. The brand uses technical, comfortable fabrics and a recognizable aesthetic, including distinctive color blocking, and to create technical apparel for recreation rather than performance-driven fitness. I loved, the mission is to get the world moving through the happiness and joy of recreational activities such as jogging, yoga, and dog walking, right? Just like we're doing this for fun, right? This is to be enjoyable, the joy and the happiness of activity. All right, Tyler Haney, I was curious about that. Thought it was a guy, honestly. Tyler, just sounds like a guy name for me, but I think it's super cute as a girl's name. And I actually always, tangent, shocking, I know, I always wanted to name like my kids like Samantha and Charlotte, and I don't know, there's a couple other ones, and call them like Charlie and Sam, and just have like, I don't know, there's something about that I just think is really cute. She's adorable. If you look her up, her picture, she's so cute. She's an American entrepreneur. She co-founded Outdoor Voices in 2013 when she was 23. That's amazing to me. Yeah, 23. She resigned, I couldn't exactly see when. Let's see if I can see it when I'm looking here. I don't know. She resigned at some point, basically because of like missional differences. The brand was going somewhere where she didn't want it to go, is kind of what I understood. They brought her back in 2024. So Consortium Brand Partners acquired the company, and then they brought her back to reestablish the original mission and product focus, which I think is great. So Tyler Haney started the brand with a focus on community and fun, and has recently returned as founder, owner, and partner. So there's a couple things. They have an exercise dress, which is just like an athletic dress, and kits. So they have matching tops and leggings, and those are kind of what they're known for. They're made from technical and recycled fabrics designed for movement. Let's see, their aesthetic is kind of minimalist with a focus on technical fabrics, color blocking, I said already, a fun outdoorsy vibe. So it says this has evolved and is now being reestablished under new ownership. So, all right, let's look it up on eBay in the product research tool. I just searched Outdoor Voices. So here's the problem. It's always really hard to like, when these words are together that are kind of common words, like it says the average sale price is $87.08. I know that's not right because I've done some other research into this with a 28% sell-through rate. The first thing that comes up is a $7,000 TV, smart TV. So that's gonna skew the numbers a little bit, and there's like a whole page of them. Like when I scroll down to the solds, it's all like HGTV. Not HGTV. HD TVs. What? Is that right? Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything about TVs. Yeah. Okay, it says HDR. Sorry, HDR. I don't know. I knew I saw HD somewhere. Okay, so someone mentioned the other day putting quotes around Outdoor Voices, around whatever it is that I'm searching for, to see if that does it. I'm still getting monitors and landscape lights. Okay, there's some Outdoor Voices stuff. Some overalls that sold for $90. A Disney collab dress, beach dress for $98. A lot of 12 tops and leggings that has Lululemon, Nike, Adidas, and Outdoor Voices in it for $100. And then some Teva collab Outdoor Voices sandals that sold for $100. They're men's, actually. Another pair of overalls for $129. So those are kind of the higher end items that sold. I'm gonna add clothing to my, or maybe I should wear activewear, because most of the items are going to be listed in that activewear category. So the average sale price is $20.79, and with a 6% sell-through rate, it's actually 5.5%. So yeah, that's a pretty low sell-through rate. Pretty low. Let's see, what else did I want to do here? Within categories, let's search at pants. Pants have, our average sale price is $25.40 with a 2% sell-through rate. Tops, again, I'm just in the activewear category here. The Average sale price is $16.85 with a 6% sell-through rate. Let's do leggings. Average sale price is $14.47 with a 1% sell-through rate. Yikes. And then jackets are gonna be $13.88 is the average sale price. I really thought jackets were gonna be higher, but not so much, with a 4% sell-through rate. So yeah, really, really low sell-through rate. My personal experience with Outdoor Voices has been these shorts obviously sold pretty quickly, but for $11, which is kind of on track with what we're seeing here. And then I also found an Outdoor Voices skirt that sold for $20 on eBay, $20 plus shipping. So I don't have a huge amount of experience with it, and like I said, my experience has been, oh, I thought it was Outdoor Research, or got it couldn't remember which one was the good one, and so went ahead and bought it, you know, based on low cost of goods and willing to take a risk on it. But if let's see, yeah, here I'm on the skirt that I sold, and I listed it on 4/17 and it sold on 5/4, so that's what, like 2 weeks it took to sell, and then the skirt took less than the shorts took less than a month. I feel like that's a really good turnaround, especially considering the sell-through rate has been really low. So I feel like with the skirt, there weren't many listed in that like particular style, and it was like a color blocked kind of looking one. But with Outdoor Voices, the running shorts, there were a ton of them. So I'm not really sure. Maybe I just priced low and it worked out in my favor. I don't remember about the skirt because that's been a while. All right. Anyway, I'm curious what your experience has been. Do you wear this brand? Oh, sorry. I just saw this like jump out at me before I clicked off of this. The consortium brand who owns Outdoor Voices currently also owns the brand Draper James. So I think that's, I don't know, stuff like that I think is interesting. So, all right, now I'm curious about your experience. Have you come across this brand? Have you sold it? Do you wear it? Do you enjoy it? Let me know your experience. I would really appreciate that if you told me in the comments. All right, that's it. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon.